Okay, welcome back. Assuming you've been here before. Brad Ward here, Ward's Auctions, Bud Haynes Auctions, December 12th, 2020, Firearms Auction. We're going to walk through some more product. We're going to try to go a little faster. I know, again, I don't know if this is the right way to do it or not. The first bunch we don't have to touch. These are unused commemoratives, 201, 202, 207. So that's me telling you, hey, I don't think it's been touched before, because it hasn't been touched. If there's a little bit of storage issues, then we will discuss that in the descriptions, and you have quite a few. One of the ones that is extra cool, this one has the Hudson's Bay tag on it, and there's at least one other Hudson's Bay tag in the sale, so that's neat. And of course, having the RCMP musket style, definitely a fan of that. So those are commemoratives, those are unused, so that's cool. Lot number 139 on the burn side. I'm going to go a little bit faster just to show you, let you listen. Oh, I squished the paper in there. Didn't I say I was going to go faster? And I'll try not to get distracted by things that are discussed in descriptions and photos. So just show you more of the mechanics of it. I've never seen one of these that does cycle properly, so the fact that this doesn't actually, I'm not going to pull the trigger a whole bunch of times, that it does not index doesn't surprise me. But if you have it down, well, that's graceful. A little piece of metal was jammed up in there. It's not seized. So it's a good starter, it's a good place to start, but mechanically, I don't think you're going to be surprised with that one. This one's fun. It's not folding or retracting or anything, this stock, this bent wire stock. It's heavy gauge, and that's why it is a non-restricted rather than a restricted. So, because we did manage to find a FRT for it. I don't think this sling, I thought at first it was an adorable little original to it. And that's why it's short like this. The top part is original, but you can see that the bottom was sewn up from a longer piece. So is it, was it a repair? I don't know. But it's a neat piece. It's worth having. I should have given you the lot numbers. Sorry, 143 is the next one. This is a newer piece, but see how the bolt stayed behind? It needs a little bit of work. Other than that, just comes back too far. Something's a little wonky with that one, so buy with the mindset that you have to do some work on it. Lots of full wood military in this section. 144 on the P14. You will like this one. Safety on. Safety off. Things are fairly snug. One more. So I think you'll like that one. And again, I'm going to try and go faster because we still have quite a bit to do yet, and I don't want to get distracted by things that... This is lot number 145 on the Gustav. Good solid. Safety on cock. Safety off. I don't want to get distracted by things that are covered in the description and the photographs, just so we can get rolling. Lot number, 146 in the Orman. Decocking, a little thumb thing there, but with my gloves on for sure, very difficult, which is probably a good sign. Shows that it's still quite mechanically sound. Full wood on that one as well. Full wood here again. Nice military collection. 147 on the Mannlicher. Decocker. If I was a real man, well, yeah, I can do it with my thumb. Even with my slippery gloves. So you can buy that one with confidence. Another full wood. Lot number 148, Martini Henry. Needs a good cleaning. Indicator is working. It sags just a little bit. So keep that in mind. Not major, just a little something to think about. 149 on the burnt side. A little cleaner than the one that was earlier on. I see matching numbers here. That's not to be discussed really in the video. I'm holding it back just a little bit, just to give it a little less of a hammering on that nipple, even though we can guarantee in its lifetime. The next one's 150. The BSA in its lifetime, it's shed lots, I'm sure. This one feels very nice, very gently used. Safety on, safety off. Yeah, you're good on that one. Number 151 on a 10 gauge. Now this one, watch. Every now and again, it's going to make a liar out of me. Periodically, there you go, didn't cock. That would have probably slam fired. So be aware of that one. It looked like that came right down on the hammer. Or on the firing pin. Gonna make a liar out of me. Be aware of this one, lot number 151. That I could see where that might have slam fired. Definitely needs some work before you go getting carried away. 152 on the 94. Saddle ring. A little bit like, is it just a dryness? Probably just a dryness. So it seems to cycle nicely there. A little bit tiny bit stiff, a little bit stiff, and I'm sure it's just the same as this one here. I think it's just a little on the dry side. Because it's just a little sluggish. If you're finding the video too jerky, direct those comments to the photographer, not to me. 154, I just say that because he seems to be dancing around a lot. Lot number 154 on the 73. Dust cover is there, and it's even kind of snug. It's nice. Feels quite nice. Yeah, that one feels good. Sagging a little bit on the lever there. But aren't we all at this age, right? 155 on the 95. Feels good. Feels good. Not, you know, like the other one, it's not sagging. Yeah, no, I think that one feels good. This has got an old Haynes tag on it. 156 on the Cape gun. So what do we got for calibers? 45 percussion and 14 gauge percussion. I'm not going to let these fall directly. Both working though. It's, you know, it's got some marks on it. It's got a nice brown patina on the Damascus barrels and matching hammers. The patch box there, the lid stays closed quite nicely. Yeah, it's a nice little gun. I don't think anybody would shoot it nowadays, but you never know. Some of those guys are old school guys, still like to. 157, Scott and Son, external hammers. Muzzle loading as well. Again, I won't let it fall all the way. Just sort of slow it down a little bit. You know, they're crisp when they're cocking. And when they're releasing, so pretty straightforward there. This next one's a bit more tired. 158, the Jansen. No firing pins in there. Does cock. Hammer works. I'm not going to let it just slam down though. This one is in a bit of a mood. Plus, there's a replaced screw there. So something a little Mickey Mouse has gone on this side. So a little project for you, stock repair and whatnot. 159 Western Arms. You can hear it's rattly. It does open up. It's loose when it's closed. It does cock. And it does release. I won't let it slam down on those firing pins. And I'm sure it has had it in its past, but it's so hard on them when they're like this one. But again, this one is a loose fitting machine. Next one is 160. This is a 12 gauge Jeffrey. This is engraved all over. It's really quite nice. Damask barrels, probably blued at one time and all gone. You know, could it have been white metal to start with? I don't know. I think there's enough coloring in there that it probably wasn't. It feels snug when it's closed up. Let's see. I know it automatically puts the safety on. Again, safety is on and working. And both work quite nicely. That's got great patina, that one. 161 Purdy, P-U-R-D-Y, Damask barrels again. Let me just sort of take some of the pressure off. Well, they both cock. They both release. Muzzle loading. Ramrod's there. I don't know. It's a pretty shiny looking knob on the ramrod. This one here, you'll be able to see pictures. 162. The reason that this is zippy tied on is because the actual lug on the bottom of the barrel is disconnected. It's there, and if I'm not mistaken, look at the pictures. I'm trying to remember the whole sale as I go along. The lug is there, and it has an old repair. Somebody tried to maybe silver solder it or something. I don't know, but it didn't take. And I'm sure you could do some sort of a repair without getting too carried away that would be enough for display purposes, but maybe not for shooting purposes. And but the hammer and triggers seem to work quite nicely. 163 in the Remington, 1900. Safety is on, safety off. Cycle it again. I mean, it's locked up nice. Hinges nice. Cycles, safety went back on. It's a little stiff, you know, on the safety on and off, but I think if you look at the fact that it's it needs a little bit of a cleaning and whatnot, I think it all makes sense there. It seems to cycle reasonably well. 166. This is an unknown maker, black powder. We even have a question mark on the caliber, but looks like it's about a 69. No nipple or anything there for us to work with, so I don't want to just let it fall down. It's had, you know, cleaning, it's been sort of mechanically cleaned up and whatnot, but it does lock and it does fall. So possibly a project for somebody, or just use it the way it is, hang it on the wall. Another antique class, 167, 44 caliber octagonal barrel. So it does lock, it does unlock. Not sure how much of this. This is the one that's had, I'm sure, a modification. I don't think that was ever real, or if it was, can't be the original opening for it, but I think somebody's carved that out and then made this cover for it. If you made a better latch and did a better job, I think it's a neat idea for patch storage or chewing tobacco or whatever you want in there, but I don't think that's original. 168, another percussion. Nice patina on this one. Half cock, full cock, falls. It's quite nice as well. So I think you got a pretty crisp little piece there. The next one's a newer, it's a knockoff, if you will, a reproduction. Probably Kentucky is it? Kentucky Rifle Reproduction, Euro Arms. So probably, I mean, I don't see any evidence that there was any explosions around that nipple. So it is possible that this was one of those that got bought. Maybe it was a kit. Don't quote me on that. And then never shot, and that's fine. you know, somebody buys it and builds it and then never uses it. Lots of brass decoration on it. 170 and antique. This one's a flintlock, a Barnett. It doesn't have a flint in it, so I don't want to drop the hammer because it always catches on the top. And you can see where on the top of that has been caught. Guaranteed. I shouldn't say guaranteed. Let's see how it lines up. Yeah, guaranteed that that's been hammered from people dropping the hammer on that. Because when, you know, when the flint's there, it extends out more and drops on. But it does lock up nice, and it releases. It's got a pretty positive release on it. I'm going to trap my hand on it. And a nice patina on it. It's obviously had some mechanical cleaning of some surface rust and so on it. 171 is an Enfield. This is antique. It's the 5.77 caliber. It does have a protective cap. So we can drop the hammer a few times. You can take that off. It's a safety / protective cap, but it does certainly allow me to not feel bad if I drop the hammer on it. It opens, snaps into place, feels quite good. You already saw the hammer falling 1 or 2 times, full wood. Nice piece, nice collection. Came from a few different sources, of course. You never get a wholesale from one person. 172 antique class, Change and Son percussion, all bluing gone. I have no doubt that a bunch of mechanical cleaning. It's a new nipple on there, mechanical cleaning. You can hear it locking and releasing. Was done on that one all over the place. So take that one for what it is. 173. The name is illegible, it says on there, and that's because of look at the surface rust on it. It's actually not surface rust left because it's all been cleaned off with the pitting and whatnot. So the whole thing has had that, and then had a good cleaning. Muzzle loading, percussion, does lock. Trigger does release quite crisply, in case you're planning to go out into the woods and use it. Number 174, Charles Smith and Son. This is quite nice. Looks like unmolested patina on it. I'm going to show the sights. Got 3 different versions of elevation sight just by lifting up the little wafers. You can see how it's a little on the loose side. Probably originally it was a little bit more positive and whatnot, but hinges open nicely. There's a little bit of movement in there. I don't think any more than you would expect, but when it's locked up, it's quite nice. You're not hearing any rattles. Good positive cocking and trigger operation. Yeah, I definitely like this one. I'm quite smitten with this one. Lot number 174. The next one is a blunderbuss, flintlock. You can see where somebody's probably hammered it down. I suspect. Oh, maybe not, because it doesn't line up. That's actually from flint on there. There's no flint on it. Well, plus there's no trigger, or not a trigger. There's no spring, so there's no. It does lock, and when I'm pushing forward, it does release. So, but you need to take it apart. You need to get some gunsmithing going on, and practice your spring making skills. Practice your tempering and whatnot. And so mechanically it's working, but the spring is not functional. Next one's a new piece. 208 modern sporting rifle is literally the model number. The stock folds. How does it fold? You do that. It's a little 22. It's got a little red dot optic, which does work. In fact, it's on right now. Safety. You can hardly hear the operation of it because it's not forward, that's why. I wonder if I need to take the mag out. There we go, bolt is forward. Just listen for it. There might be another way of cycling it too, but rather than trying to learn how to do it all, it just seems like there's, it probably has had very little use. I don't see any evidence of any real use. It's got the optic, and then it's also got flip-up irons. Front and rear, a little flash hider on it. Can't imagine how much flash you're going to get from 22, but makes it fun. 209 on the Seiko. 209, I believe. We're going to be happy with this one. Very clean. I mean, you can tell. It's hardly been used. Safety on. Works. Safety off. Nice and crisp, nice and smooth. Heavy barrel, heavy barrel. It's a, it would be a good solid shooter for sure. Hopefully we're not going too fast. 210 on the Remington 22. Bolt action, mag fed. Pretty basic firearm. Safety's on, safety's off. And I don't feel any issues there to speak of, even though it's probably got a few years on it. Number 211 on the T-Bolt. These are fun. If you haven't seen these before, these are just a fun straight back. I'll just go slowly, just in case somebody hasn't seen these before. And then the locking lug is in the middle there. Both sides, you can't see it because of the sight, but it does have a double-sided lock up. So it's a positive lock, quite nice. Nice peep sight on it. I don't feel any concerns there at all. Mag fed repeater. And I think, I've never owned one, but I think it would be a fun little plinker. Number 212, Parker Brothers. Cycling, I don't remember if this one puts the safety on. It does automatically. And it feels like it's locked up now. It's not loose at all. When it's open, it's not flopping around. It feels really good. Safety was on, like it's automatic. And each hammer is working quite nicely. Number 313 is the J.C. Higgins 20 gauge with the adjustable choke. It's got a little bit of years on it, some handling wear, but it feels nice. So let's try the safety on, safety off. Yeah, I think that this would be a good shooter. It's been used, but certainly not abused. 214, this one has virtually no use. This is a 20 gauge as well on the Ranger, and it has no evidence that it was used more than a couple of times to say it got done. That's all. It's just it's a basic gun, basic single shot hinge brake, but it is virtually new. 215 on the Husqvarna Mauser. Everything's nice and positive. Oh. Safety on, safety off. Everything feels really positive on that one. 216 Husqvarna again. Good strong spring. Safety on, off. Everything feels solid on that one too. On Remington 14, this is a 30 cal. Safety on, safety off. Disengage. Everything feels pretty good on that one. Feels very positive on that one. Sorry, that was lot number 217. 218 on another model 14. I don't want to go, I need you to keep track of what we're on, otherwise it's pointless. Now then, this one, it doesn't always actually cock properly, and you can even tell by the indicator. I just cycled that. The indicator is still recessed, as it is there, as it is there, as it is there. But we did see it work once. Maybe you have to do one of those. It's like the old TV. Now it did cock at least once there. There it is again. See, now the indicator is out, and this time when I pull the trigger, it's going to work. It's fixable, but you know, full disclosure, and there it worked 2 times in a row. It feels smooth, don't get me wrong, it feels smooth, and when it does cock, trigger feels nice, but be aware of that. 219, Browning Auto 5. The normal wear that you would expect. Safety off. No surprises there, everything feels really solid. Number 220, Winchester 12, smooth fore end. Is this 20 gauge? It's 20 gauge. Safety on, works, safety off. Feels good, no surprises there. Used, for sure, but everything seems to be working quite nicely. 221 on the Kui Ranger. This one has been for sure, refinished stock. I'm sure we would have said that in the description. There's no way that's the factory. Brown tones on the bluing, so that's possibly not molested. I think that might be original. I feel a little bit guilty dry firing these, but I know in their lifetimes they've had lots. So I don't think you're going to find any surprises there. This is kind of a what you see is what you get. Well-used kid's gun. Probably shot a gajillion gophers in it today. Lot number 222 on the Kui 39. Same thing. Although this is not a refinished. I mean, this is all just regular wear. This is just what you see is what you get. And so it's as stiff as they always are, and as sloppy as they always are, so no real surprises there. 223, a Model 60 repeater, bolt action repeater. This one is threaded for an optic mount. Into the safety lug there. I think what you see is what you get there. It's had its life, and it's still going to be a functional piece. Everything seems to be working quite as expected. Do I want to say nicely? I want to say as expected. This one, 224 on the favorite, Stephen's favorite, no rear sight. I'm sure that this is all mechanically cleaned off. It was probably surface pitted or rusted, sitting in the barn. And somebody cleaned off all the rust, is my assumption, and refinished the wood, or even the fitment on it. But it is functioning. What caliber is this one? 32. Feels a little bit soft on the spring for the hammer. I have to remind people, I guess, that if we were having a viewing, you wouldn't be allowed to do all that dry firing anyhow. So, and maybe, if for no other reason, you see the one advantage to doing it this way. 225 Kui 600, also threaded for an optic. Tube fed repeater. Bolt seems to function. Obviously, we're not actually put it into the safety lug there. We're not actually shooting ammo through anything, so we don't know for sure how the extraction and ejection and stuff is, but we can only do what we can do. 226 Kui 60 tube fed repeater. Into the safety lugs. Pretty much what you would expect. Original finish though, threaded for a scope, and the bluing is really nice. I mean, that's more of a function of the pictures though, as you know. 227 CIL 171, mag fed. Safety off. So pretty much no surprises there. It does include a mag. Last but not least on this lot is 228. Little semi-automatic mag fed. And You can put the safety. Pull it out. So no surprises there either, original finish, and again, that's more of a description thing. So once again, thanks for watching, assuming you watched, and we still have more to go. This is for December 12th, 2020, Wards and Bud Haynes auctions, kind of little product walkthrough, non-restricted class, and we'll see you again. Thanks for watching.